could.
All right.
Yeah.
So did you see the thing where was it Kathy Gifford had Trump's severed head in
Griffin?
her hand? Or Griffin, is that what it is?
I saw it, yeah.
Upsetting, not upsetting. I'm trying to.
You can't upset me without like so it's gonna be a lot. She'd have to actually cut his head off to like actually upset me, right? She'd need a real human head.
That would upset
I
me.
thought it was inappropriate. I didn't think it was cool. And it doesn't matter who the president is. Even we know who Donald Trump is, but I don't think that she should be able to hold a bloody, disfigured head of him. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was appropriate. I didn't think it was funny or interesting or cool. I thought it was really. She's a comic, right? Like she couldn't find some nuance to the situation to exploit in a comedic way. She had to hit you over the head with a head. I'm glad she lost her job.
I try to be so. I think she should have lost her job from CNN. I don't know what she did there, but CNN.
Oh, let me
can't
tell
have
you,
someone
like
that.
quickly fill you in.
Uh-huh.
So she was so they do the New Year's Eve coverage, right, where it's just Kathy Griffin and Anderson Cooper standing there on mic, like counting down the minutes and showing off the festivities. She's wasted every year and hitting on Anderson Cooper to no end. It's hilarious. She gets on her knees like she's gonna blow him. Like she gets on her knees like she's gonna give him a blowjob, and he's like, whoa, like
He
stepping
is
away.
So not into her.
Super gay, of course, and she knows it. That's the whole point. And the whole time it's just him being awkwardly gay and not wanting this woman to hit on him, and her just being like, oh, you're just so good looking. You're just so good looking.
That's pretty funny,
I just wanna be all over you.
But
and,
I try to so. Oh my gosh! So you guys, people listen to the show have heard me say before. I try to keep my outrage in check with Trump, right? Because I felt like with Obama, people's outrage was totally out of check. And I brought up before, like on his first day in office, he took off his coat jacket, and Fox News was going fucking bonkers with how disrespectful it was to work in the White House with his jacket off. Meanwhile, that's normal. It was a complete invented outrage, right? He wore a tan suit one day. He does all these things that are just nothing burgers, and they go ballistic over it. So I'm like, so are they doing the opposite here? Is this a nothing burger? And I feel like, so Ted Nugent said Obama should suck on his machine gun, right? And Ted Nugent, plays out these murder fantasies on stage of how he's going to kill Obama and what he's going to do about this and that. And no one says a word. They say Ted's kind of a dick, but they don't go, they didn't react to that in the same way that they reacted to Kathy Griffin. Is that what it is? And, she's issued an apology. And she's a comic, and I'm really like when a comedian makes a rape joke, and then suddenly everyone is like, "Oh my God, you can't say that." I'm usually on the side of
what if a comedian holds up a disembodied bloody vagina, and talks about that's the difference here. It's not she didn't make a joke about cutting his head off.
Yeah, but he just said that, right? Ted Nugent just said that. I say just said that, but like if he held up a decapitated head of President Obama, I think that'd have a different response,
he held up
right?
An AK, I don't know if it was an AR-15 or AK-47, but he held up, a big black scary gun, put it between his legs, and said Obama can suck on his machine gun or whatever it was, AK.
That sounds to me more like a gun rights stance than a threat, though, right? Like,
no, I think there's more to it. I think he said he
maybe
did to
a little
kill the guy
implied
and
there.
Stuff. Yeah, I don't think people suck on guns. It was.
In Japan, they do.
I've brought.
Let me tell you about crazy.
Yeah.
I can make a bong out of anything.
A condom fits right over the end of a Glock 17.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing that they use? That
an
they do
American
with condoms?
condom does.
Isn't that a thing where they put a condom over the end of a gun for some purpose?
Yeah,
or is that something I made up? Or am I thinking of that? It's a serial killer movie where he put a
of-
plastic bag on it.
No, there's pictures of guys in like Vietnam and pictures of guys, I think maybe on D-Day, like
That's
going
what it
in,
is.
and they got the rubbers on the ends of the rifle, right?
Yep, you're right. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So I don't know what to think of Kathy's
Human
thing,
innovation.
but I feel like they're drumming up a little outrage out of a comedian's joke that fell flat.
I don't care about what happens to her. Really, I don't really have a dog in the fight, I guess. But when I saw the image, I was like, that
It was a
seems
bloody
little
head, right? It was like
and
It was
and then
really
I saw like Chelsea,
in poor
then I
taste
saw
and
Chelsea
tactics.
Clinton jump in like attacking, and I was like, all right, it's safe to be on this side of this argument. That wasn't cool. Like it really, I think because it's a president, I don't like it. It was an outright threat against She had his
Was it
disembodied.
really a threat? Was it really a
No,
threat?
I don't think that she's
Yeah,
going to
it
go
wasn't
cut
a
his head
threat.
off. But it's her saying that I'd like it if his head was cut off.
Yeah,
His head should be cut
that's
off.
what Ted Nugent says too, though, and no one seemed to.
Yeah, Hollywood sweetheart Ted Nugent. Who,
You know what it costs?
Yeah,
Ted
no,
Nugent,
I mean Ted Nugent. Who's a
$50,000
bigger
to come to your
star,
house.
Ted Nugent or Kathy? Can't remember
Kathy
her
Griffin
name.
by a factor of
Kathy
100.
Griffin by a huge amount.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
she's
Ted
big.
Cost
Yeah,
$15,000 to get at your house. That's his quote.
yeah. Ted Nugent's not a big guy anymore. But yeah, the whole head thing, it was kind of shitty. Like just not a. It wasn't very funny, and it wasn't saying anything that like, oh wow, finally someone with the ball, finally a comedian speaking out against Trump. We'd waited months, and finally one of these people had a unique and worthwhile opinion about it. Like now more with Kathy Griffin.
To me, the outrage over her is every bit as silly as the things that they got outraged about Obama about. She's equivalent to Ted Nugent and should be minimized as such.
It's not nearly as big a deal as
minimalized.
everybody is.
People think
yeah,
Ted's
Ted
crazy.
Nugent's been excised from that community.
You
Nobody
He got
wanted.
invited to the
you
White
have to
House
be-
after he
it's a
said he
very-
wanted to kill Obama, right? Like
it's a
Trump
very
brought him in
niche group.
immediately.
Because he's pretty far to the edge of the right wing. I guarantee he's friends with who's the guy from Breitbart that's with Trump. Bannon. I guarantee like he's a Bannon contact, right? Like I've never met Ted, but I know people who have met him, and they say he's a real nice guy. And his thing is he likes to get in helicopters and shoot machine guns and stuff. And
Yeah, he likes hog hunting, right?
yeah. So I've got a few things in common with him, I guess. He gets vocal on stage. I'm not going to defend Ted Nugent. What am I doing? I don't care what he says.
Who fucking cares
I don't
about
think
these
there's
little
equivalency.
these stunts? Like I don't really
That's
care
where
either
I am
way.
too. I feel like the care meter got pegged to 100 on her
Yeah.
thing, and that didn't
well,
happen
it's-
before. I just try to keep them balanced.
Well, who
I mean,
made the
it's
decision, right, to
definite-
fire her? Who was pressing it? Because CNN fired her. That's not a right wing thing. Like it seems like everybody all the way around thought that it was inappropriate. Like I said,
because-
Chelsea
yeah.
Clinton. You can't get any more left than Chelsea Clinton, right? You can't get anyone who dislikes Trump any more than Chelsea Clinton. I don't think. I wouldn't imagine you could. And,
Yeah, I wouldn't think. I would have
shared
to
that
imagine
opinion.
that on that list of people who hate Trump, Chelsea Clinton is very, very high.
Yeah,
on
top
it.
tier.
And even
Top tier. She's 10
but-
prestige Trump hater.
yeah. Either way, like I don't think Kathy Griffin. The only thing when I think of her and she jumps in my head is how fucking annoying her character is in Seinfeld. When she always has to come up and bother Jerry and show him the material. Jerry, I gotta show you this and that.
He's like, I know you wanted that one barbecue
I know
sauce,
you
but
wanted
got
that one.
this instead.
Oh, you just bringing that up pisses me off because this one is way better. The locals like this in Nashville so much more. And it's like, no, I got it because of the
I
bit.
had a bit because of the way the bottle was shaped, you dumb redheaded cunt.
Yeah.
Her voice is a bit annoying, but I've always had kind of a crush on Kathy Griffin. I think she's hot. Not anymore.
Really?
At this point, she's like 60, but she really held it together with
Hard
the plastics.
60.
Yeah,
Hard
hard 60.
60.
But you got to keep in mind, like 10 years ago at 50, it was a real
She
good
was
50.
top 10%.
It was full on. It was plastic surgery and
No,
lots of
Seinfeld
makeup,
ruined
and she works out like a fiend because her body is nice. And I like redheads. So I've always I could get over the voice, I guess,
Must
but it
be
is
hard
very.
to find a crazy redhead.
I don't know any right now,
I think that.
But if-
redhead
but
and
if anyone
crazy
else
go well
does-
together.
last ad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that, Taylor.
Let me after I do this ad, let me go to the bathroom before I piss on myself, though.
Sure.
Tell everyone about Squarespace. This episode of Painkiller Already is sponsored by our friends over at Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or an online store, you can make your next move with Squarespace. They use easy-to-use tools. You can create beautiful websites with Squarespace's all-in-one platform. There's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade, ever. You can create beautiful websites or online stores with an award-winning template. Squarespace's award-winning templates are the most beautiful way to present your ideas online. Squarespace offers a unique domain experience that's fully transparent and simple to set up. They're trusted by millions of people and some of the most respected brands in the world. Squarespace is used by a wide range of creatives and people, including musicians, designers, artists, restaurants, and more. Everybody needs their own corner of the internet today, so get started and start your free trial today at squarespace.com/PKA to get 10% off your first purchase. That's squarespace.com/PKA. Begin the next move in your career today with Squarespace.
Make a thing happen. Go to
Yeah.
Squarespace, get it started.
Yep. It's way easier than you think, and it's going to make the whole process super simple. Don't waste time going through somebody else for your website if you're starting something new.